Hello people, it's time for another quick little video. This time I'm playing Deluxe again. I'm playing this Deluxe-only expert map called Ascension. And as you can see, I just placed an engineer, but I'll get to that in a second. So the rules are going to be the NAPSFRIS challenge, just like I did on Castle a little while ago. So no agents, premiums, farms, road items are selling, and then the goal is to lose as few lives as possible. Because on Apopalypse it's nearly impossible, except on easy maps, to lose 0 lives. So we're going to just try and lose as few as we can, and I think this engineer is the way to do it. If you don't want me to use this engineer, then, well, that's too bad, because I'm using it. But um, you can do something similar with dart monkeys. It just won't work quite as well. You'll lose more lives, but you can still beat it. But anyway, so we can showcase this engineer a little bit. He's really, really great in the early game. As you can see, he's got solid range. He's got really fast attack speed. I think even faster than a ninja. And his attack pops 3 balloons. So it's really, oh, and he only costs 450 on top of that. So I think it's nice that they added something that actually kind of compares with dart monkeys in terms of cost efficiency. So that's, I don't know, that's kind of cool. But maybe he's a bit overpowered. Maybe not. It's hard to say. Anyway, I'm just saving up for his upgrade, which makes him even better though. So he places sentry guns, which are pretty much as good as he is. I think they attack just slightly slower, but they also shoot these nails, and he can have like 3 of them down at once. So with that upgrade, we're going to start leaking quite a bit less. I hope. I mean, yeah. Once these sentry guns are down like 3 at a time or so, he should be able to stop even whites and blacks from getting through. And that's just with having spent 900 money on this. Of course, these don't pop leads and they don't pop camo, so we can't just use only engineers. But so my next tower is going to be a sniper. But yeah, sniper's also good on Apopalypse for the same reason as it was last time when I did it on Castle. Yeah, so you can see how powerful this is. Like even though the turrets kind of place themselves randomly, this is a good spot for the engineer because most of the turrets will be placed on this little cloud zone, which is a good spot because they can sort of cover both paths almost. Or yeah. Yeah, in other words, pretty much no matter where these turrets spawn, they're going to be in a good spot. I'm losing a few lives though because these blacks are starting to come faster. So we'll put that down. That should put our leaking a bit more under control. So a few words about this map. This map is pretty difficult. It's a bit like Main Street in that it has these 2 paths which are both fairly short and they intersect in the center. Although the paths curve, which kind of is an advantage over Main Street. Let's save a balloon there, yeah. But a disadvantage compared to Main Street is that this whole circular area next to the intersection is blocked off. So you can't really place towers as close to that as you'd like to. But, you know, since the map's nothing too special, it's not anything we've never like done before, you know, so. Whoops, shoot, I meant to upgrade that. So like I said, this will just be a quick little Apopalypse video, just basically showing how good this engineer is. And other than that, the strategy is going to be pretty standard. So I'm not going to build more engineers, I'm just going to transition into my usual set of towers, basically. Okay, so I want to get fast engineering as well. That just increases the rate at which he puts these down, so that means he'll have like 4 or 5 up at a time instead of just 3. So that's kind of like the equivalent of buying more dart monkeys, basically. So this guy costs, I think, 1,200 altogether with the upgrade. Or, I don't know exactly, but maybe about the same as a pair of triple dart throwers or so. Maybe not quite that much. Anyway, let's get this too. From here, I'm going to just place 2 Spactories. I don't intend to lose any more lives after this. It could happen, though, depending if something happens to slip by. Well, let's see. What his right path upgrade makes this thing able to pop 8 balloons at once, which right now, going from 3 to 8 sounds pretty good, and it is. But I'm not even really maxed out at 3 hardly ever right now, so that would kind of be a waste of money. Instead, I'm just gonna make sure I don't leak anymore by getting 2 Spactories down. We can kind of weird, isn't it? That the Spactory is sort of spitting spikes onto this nothingness. And they kind of just sit there. They're special floating spikes, I guess. Very strange. Anyway, I think I'll be able to get the final Spactory before I leak any more. Yeah, get that one there. Okay. So as usual on Apopalypse mode, the tricky part is round 41 when the Moabs start arriving, and I don't know, I wonder if it's worth trying, like, putting engineers to kill those things, but I'm not gonna really do that. It might be possible, but I'm just gonna use a pretty standard combination of Dartling guns and some other stuff. I find that you pretty much have to have a 4-2 bomb tower. It's a nice alternative. It's like one of the only things that can really stop the progress of ceramic balloons, or at least slow it greatly. So that's kind of a necessity, in my opinion. And Arctic Wind is sort of the other thing, but which does a much better job of that, but it's too expensive to get really before round 41. So instead we'll get a 4-2 bomb tower. But first I want to get it under a village. And since I said no selling, I have to... You can actually sell these things for 0 just to get them out of your way, but since I guess I technically said no selling, we're going to just... Now, come on. Wait for these to go away. Whatever, we're not in a hurry. I don't want to want it to block the sort of prime real estate though. Okay, there, that's good. Oh, I should have built the sniper somewhere where it would have been in range. Oh well. Let's upgrade this just to, I think that's about all the spikes I'm going to take this time around. Now I'll build that bomb tower I was talking about. Get that up, have a nice, you know, constant explosions going off around this center intersection area. I mean, you may have noticed in general, I really tend to gravitate towards towers that can slow or stun or freeze or do those sorts of motion impeding effects on the balloons. Because sort of the more of that kind of stuff you have, um, it just synergizes with all your other towers. It makes all your other towers able to do just so much more damage. Like 4-2 bomb tower already does a bunch of damage by itself, but the main advantage of it is like something like this engineer is just so much more effective with that around. Like this bomb tower plus this engineer basically could solo tons of ceramics just because of how much slowing you get. But that sort of theory applies to all sorts of towers. I like to build lots of glue gunners. I love Arctic Wind. I get lots of you've seen me use the Ninja Saboteur ability a lot. Anything that can slow or stun is just really good in this game. So we're just waiting on that. All right. Get these two to make it fire a little bit faster. Yeah, this is one of my favorite towers in the game right here. It's just great. Okay, and then we put jungle drums on it because the faster this thing fires, basically um, with jungle drums and the 4-2 upgrades, it can almost like stun lock balloons practically. It stuns so often. So that's obviously very desirable. Alright, so commence stun lock. Okay, so now we have to start thinking about what to get against Moabs. And instead of going directly into Moab Maulers, I'm going to get a few Dartling guns. I'm going to get 3 of them. Because we already have this village, so they're going to be attacking faster. than usual. And I hope I didn't mess up the... Yeah, they're all under the village, so that's good. Oh yeah, let me get this before I forget. We need that for camo leads. Okay, so I'm basically going to be upgrading these Dartling guns to 2-1. Get that, sort of like double their power in the meantime. So this will be a pretty straightforward strategy. Once these are all at 2-1, then we can just build a bunch of Moab Maulers, and then we'll be safe from there, for the most part. So Dartling guns are really great to have against Moabs because they fire so fast. What's going on? Kill that. Or not because they fire, well yes, because they fire fast, but also because they have infinite range, basically. So when there's only one Moab out on the screen at a time, these things are kind of the ultimate. But as more and more Moabs appear on the screen, you want to have Moab Maulers instead, because they'll be attacking constantly. And it's never good to have towers that aren't really achieving their potential. Like if I tried to build Moab's Maulers right now, they could only be attacking maybe 1/3 of the time or something, or even less. So, I need this one first. I need to kind of avoid hitting that. Yeah. But as these Moabs start to appear faster and faster, though, that's when Moab Maulers start to shine, because the limited range doesn't really matter anymore, if that makes sense. Alright, so this is a pretty standard set of towers that you've seen me use in most of my videos. Oh, that lead's kind of blocking a lot of these shots. Need to keep building Moab Maulers though. You can see this works pretty well. I mean, I even have this large pile of spikes that's not even really being needed. So I can use these Dartling guns to clean up pretty much everything. Now let me get that bomb tower down while there's no sentry gun there. Come on, there we go. Okay, we need still more of these. Ugh, God, these sentry guns are getting in the way. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to start upgrading the other side. Get wider service area and sprockets on those. So anyway, so now he places these in a much wider area, and the guns should have a bit longer range too. So hopefully that'll allow me to put these bomb towers down where I need them. Oops. Yeah, once I have about 5 of these, I'm pretty safe from, you know, these Moabs coming in one at a time. So let me just get radar scanner now. I think I'll get one more balloon impact tower. I kind of still have to aim these Dartling guns a bit, but it's becoming less and less of an issue. I mean, we've basically made it to the easy part, almost, but I'll just keep playing for a while to prove it. I'll just keep building these. Alright, that ought to be enough. Alright. So now I can just start saving up money. I don't really need to spend it. So I'll get a monkey town. And from there, we'll just be able to get tons and tons of money. So that's about it. I'm not going to commentate anymore, but you can just watch me have a little bit of fun here. Alright, see you guys next time.